Hi, I'm Mike Wilson. I'm with the Church of Christ of Santa Clara. And on Saturday, October 5th, we are doing a How We Got the Bible special event day. It'll be like a museum exhibit, VBS, Vacation Bible School for kids, all rolled up into one. We're going to have replicas, artifacts, reproductions, facsimiles of ancient materials, biblical artifacts. We're going to have ancient Bibles. We're going to have all kinds of neat manuscripts and documents from the Middle Ages. We're going to have videos. We're going to have skits. We're going to have people in costume. There'll be something for the kids, something for the adults. It's going to be an exciting day, but more than anything, we want to tell the story to every visitor about how the Bible has come down to us down through the ages. And so we'll have different stations or booths in which different members of our church family will explain some important fragment or segment of how the Bible has come down to us. I'm going to show you several things that are going to be in the exhibit, or at least just a few. I have here a cuneiform tablet from ancient Assyria. And you can see in the close-up that you've got the cuneiform letters here. This is actually a fragment replica from an ancient Assyrian text under the reign of King Ashurbanipal. And this particular tablet is recording an ancient Assyrian herbal remedy which uses cannabis for balancing the ghost of childbirth. You'd think this was California in 2019, but it's ancient Assyria, a recipe for cannabis for banishing the ghost of childbirth. Another replica we have comes from an original item that is in the British Museum in London, England. You have the black obelisk of Shalmaneser, king of Syria. And one of the frames in that marvelous archaeological find is seen, you can see it in the close-up photo, of King Jehu of Israel bowing down to Shalmaneser, the Assyrian king. There are many, many archaeological finds that help to show the background of biblical episodes and to vindicate the trustworthiness of the Bible. And this is certainly one of them, where an actual king mentioned in the Bible has been found in an object of ancient archaeology. We have in the third case some examples of writing materials, and this one you have an inkwell and stylus that are replicas of actual materials found in Qumran, where the Dead Sea Scrolls were found, and some writing materials, some example of papyrus and parchment, and a deluxe parchment that was called vellum that was often used in the Christian documents, including the copies of the New Testament that were found down through the ages. We have also in this collection a little miniature sample of the kind of clay pot that the Dead Sea Scrolls were found in that shed all kinds of amazing light on the history of the biblical text. Speaking of the Dead Sea Scrolls, we have some replicas of the Dead Sea Scrolls that will be on display in our museum event October the 5th. One of the most amazing finds was a copy of a scroll of the entire book of Isaiah. We have a little slice of that, part of what we call Isaiah 53, which is an amazing predictive prophecy of the vicarious death of Jesus Christ on our behalf, recorded by Isaiah 700 years in advance. And this scroll dates from a couple of centuries before Christ, probably the 2nd century BC. There's also a little fragment here that comes from the book of Leviticus and uses the name of Yahweh that, again, found among the Dead Sea Scrolls. So we've got all kinds of fragments and replicas of ancient manuscripts that will be on display on October 5th. We'll also have some ancient artifacts, some of which are the real deal. We have, for example, an ancient coin that comes from the east and may have come from the area of the world where the Magi came to see the baby Jesus. But we'll have some biblical coins, things of that nature that you can see firsthand. Really neat stuff. Here I have a replica of the Irish Book of Kells, which is the national treasure of Ireland. And it gives some examples of the Gospels in Latin. You have the Latin Vulgate, which is the common language of that day and age. And this is colorful, it's artistic, it's absolutely stunning, beautiful to look at. But eventually the common man could not read it. In fact, this was anything but a Bible for the common person. It really is an outgrowth of Roman Catholicism, and it illustrates how much distance there was between the common person and access to the Bible in his own native language, a problem that resurfaced later on and eventually led to the Protestant Reformation. I have here some manuscript copies of letters of significant rulers and high church people right as the Middle Ages came to an end and the Reformation began. These are letters, in some cases, exact copies, including the type of handwriting that was used. Francis I, or Francois of France. You have Marie de Medici, or Catherine de Medici of France. Cardinal Wolsey of Great Britain or England. Someone that William Tyndale called Cardinal Wolsey. You have King Henry VIII here, Queen Elizabeth, all kinds of major figures and letters to or from them right at the outbreak of the Protestant Reformation and the beginnings of translation of the Bible into English. Many of these people that you see actual letters here played a significant role during that time frame. In the history of the transmission of the Bible and development of the Bible down through the ages in terms of translation, one of the things that the Reformers did that is significant is put the Bible back into the hands of the common people. And you have Martin Luther doing that for the Germans. I have a German wife, so we've traveled to Germany a lot. She's a German citizen. And I have a replica of a Luther Bible that goes back to 1534. It's colorful, it's beautiful to look at, and it's all in German, but it was a milestone in getting the Bible into the language of the common people rather than the Latin Vulgate, which they couldn't read at that time. One of the greatest things that Martin Luther did is he put the Bible into his own German language. This monster Bible comes from 1846, about a decade and a half before the start of the Civil War. This was produced right here in the United States of America, and as you can see from the close-ups, the lithograph technology was such that, this was the Harper's Illustrated Bible. It's in the King James Version, but virtually every page has several pictures of significant biblical events. This was the classic family Bible of that day and age. It would have been expensive, but a family heirloom. And you could just imagine American families with the children around the fireside as the parents would read from the Bible to the entire family, and they would internalize those great spiritual truths that shaped the United States at that particular time during the 19th century. So it's a beautiful Bible, and almost a couple of 100 years old now. All of these things that we've shown are just a little tiny fraction of everything that we'll have on display Saturday, October 5th, Church of Christ, Santa Clara. In fact, we're going to do 2 other entire segments of YouTube to show you some of the other things that we'll have on display. We'll have different members of our church family working different booths or stations. We'll have videos in various classrooms. We will have skits. We'll have people in costume. We'll have all kinds of things for children, children's activities. It's going to be a fun day, informative, and ultimately we'll have a little book to hand out for those who want one. Inspiration to Ink, the big picture of how we got the Bible. And it's going to be a great day. We hope that you'll be able to join us. We will charge a little bit of reimbursement for the book, Inspiration to Ink. We can't give these away free like candy. It's full color, about 150 pages. But the event is free. And it wouldn't be complete without you. So we hope you can come and join us. It's going to be a very special day, and people are going to learn a whole lot about how the Bible has come down to us down through the ages.